Welcome back. Good to see you. My name's Bill. It's that time of week where we check in with our good friend Matt Lee, and the time of month where we look at the previous month's real estate stats. It is September 1st, and we're going to break down August stats for you. What is the trend that you noticed for the past month here, Matt? Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you. My feeling is that everybody has gotten back to what I would call the regular real estate market. I saw we've seen August kind of slow down, which is okay. Like the sky is not falling. What is actually happening is that people are going on holidays. They're spending time with family. This is really truly the first time that we've been able to do this in a really long time. You know, things have opened up.
Right.
So when we look at these numbers, we're actually going to see something that was really trending in 2019. 2020, there was nothing to do but real estate. So there was this really high number throughout the year.
Right.
And we're going to see this kind of, in my opinion, we're getting back to normal. You know, September, October, November is going to be busy. August really wasn't.
Yeah, well, traditionally August isn't a very busy month in real estate. People are on
No.
vacation, but active listings. Here we go.
So if we look at 2019 to start, 1,842 listings. And then we decrease again. 2020 is 1,335 listings. And then 2021, August, 885 listings. So we're at less than half that the listings we were in 2019. That is this supply and demand thing that we're running into. We see that there's less inventory. It's driving that. Interest rates are good. So once we start to really get those listings out there, we'll start to see even more of a healthy market as well.
And of course, that's reflected in the sales stats as well.
Yeah. So if we look at this, we say, okay, 2019 was 389 sales for the month of August. 2020 went up to 534 sales. Like that was a huge jump last year. Again, not a lot going on. 2021, 347. So we're actually less than 2019, but we're back to that trend, you know, that 350-ish, 375-ish range. A little bit less this year because there's not as much on the market, but the normal number is because we're getting back to that. It's kind of a traveling month, really.
Right. And we remind people too that this is these stats are for Kingston and region real estate numbers here. Let's move on right now to the sales to list price ratio. What do you make of these numbers?
Well, it's actually really interesting. 2019, 98.1%, 2020, 99.6%, and 2021 at 100%. Now, the 100% is an interesting number. What we have to remember is March, April, May, the sale to list price ratio was 105%. So we were actually, the average was 5% higher than the list prices.
So above asking.
We've actually come down. Yeah, so we're above asking on an average. Now we're actually at 100% on average. That means some are selling below and some are selling above. Now you're getting this back and forth a bit. So we've actually come down off of that a little bit in August. We're probably going to see it go back up in September, October, November, in my opinion, but we'll have to just wait and see.
Days on market numbers show that it's not going to take long. At least it didn't in August.
Yeah, so we have been decreasing on this as well. 2019 was 27, 2020 was 17, and 2021 is 11. 11 is actually longer than we were in the spring market. We talked about these in the past. It was 6 days, 7 days, 8 days.
Didn't take
now
long
we're
at
actually
all.
getting longer.
Yeah.
Didn't take long. So there was these holding off offers for these a certain amount of time to get people through the houses as much as possible, and then you would look at the offers. Now what they're saying is that actually it's going past that date, and it's actually the average is 11. So that tells you that the multiple offer situation has changed, and that we really have to dive into these numbers and really look at them. So I think that 11 is an interesting number. We'll see what happens through the next 3 months.
And the final set of stats here for Kingston region real estate numbers for August. This is the median sale price, and each year it goes up quite a bit.
Quite a bit. So 2019 was $335,000. 2020 was $410,500. 2021 is $525,000. This kind of makes sense to me when I'm looking at what is selling out there. You know, you're looking at what would you get for a semi-detached property in the West End, and what would you get for a dated property? So I look at all these things, and then you kind of say, okay, what is that median? And I use certain things as examples to say, where do I find my middle ground? And it makes sense. And I think that supply and demand is driving this, building cost is driving that, and also low interest rates.
Well, traditionally, August numbers are a little bit of an anomaly. Where do you see things heading for September?
I think it's okay. Our numbers are down a little bit in regards to in what we've been seeing. I think we're going to get back to that. Spring is the busiest market. Fall is the second busiest market. Don't worry about the summer. People are taking vacations. If you're thinking of listing, we're still doing market evaluations. We're getting things ready. There's going to be a time between September 7th after Labor Day to December 15th. We're going to have a busy time then.
Okay. Well, I'll let you get at her. Matt Lee, thank you so much.
Real Estate Tips, brought to you by Matt Lee of Royal LePage.